Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University and X-Men Blue, issue number 26. This comic book was a bit topsy-turvy. There were some really great points and some, I wouldn't say low points, but kind of moot points. The beginning of this comic book was actually a whole lot better than the second half of it, which is kind of a shame, but whatever. That first half was really strong. There was a lot of fighting. Everybody got to use their powers. Someone asked before, I forget who, but yes, Dakin had his twin katanas, which is kind of awesome. I like that way better than his claws. His claws are like the least effective thing on the planet, man. Like, unless you're stabbing somebody forward, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really slash with those. What are they good for? Anyhow, this was also cool because we got Jimmy Hudson and Dakin having a conversation back and forth. And, you know, hey, brother, I'm not your brother. You're right. Your father's actually such and such. It's like, dude, come on. They work together well enough, though. I need to see a lot more of that. We need to see a lot more of these dynamics. The problem is there's so many different teams and so many different dynamics happening all around us that it's hard to actually focus on specific characters in this. And that's going to be a flaw that's going to be kind of hard to rectify unless each one of these issues start becoming double-sized issues and you start selling them at, like, you know, you'd have to sell them at like $7.99, $6.99 at least. It's going to be really hard to tell everybody's story in this, to really give all the team members the proper credit. It's also weird that the X-Men are still in space. Meanwhile, Venomized, that's happening right now. Next week, Venomized is over. The X-Men are already back on the planet Earth, so them still being stuck up in danger and trying to figure out what's going on, it's like a team out of time kind of thing, you know? Poor timing, especially when they're both written by the same guy. So I'm enjoying the comic book. There's just that continuity issue, and there's also the idea that, like, in the second half, the bad guys, one little speech bubble is supposed to rectify. Oh, finally, the mutants will not be an endangered species anymore. Finally, I'll be able to test whoever I want to test. Hey, this is not such a great idea. It was campy. At the very best, it was campy, seeing them all say out loud their ambitions. Like, come on, man, not cool. We know their ambitions. We've been reading about their ambitions. I don't need to see that again. Spend some more time actually getting to know what's going on with the characters. But Mother Vine, seeing that it's actually a control mechanism also, that was interesting. Havoc needs to be fixed, and Havoc needs to be fixed fast. The dude is so bad. It's funny, I get the very distinct feeling, though, that Scott Summers is going to have to return so that we can actually see, like, Scott saying, dude, this is not how I wanted things. Even with, like, I know I've done some very questionable things, but what you're doing, there's no question about it. It's evil. I have a feeling that's what's going to wind up happening. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm digging that. But in the meantime, I'm going to give this comic book right now a C+. This was enjoyable. It wasn't great, but I could see what's being done. The pieces are in place. They just have to kind of be polished a little. That's it. Anyway, guys, moving forward, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.